Hello everybody. This is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. Today we are going to work on a standing spray using carnations. This is not a flower I commonly use because carnations always have the worst reputation. I personally love a carnation, so watch as we put together this beautiful standing spray using carnations. So today I am starting out with a cage. This is a fresh floral foam cage. We actually order these from a company called Ludwig, and they hold a block of fresh floral foam that you soak in water, and then we attached it to this stand using zip ties. So there are holes in the cage which make it so easy to attach, and so we just ran our zip tie through that hole and attached it directly to the cage. That way, when it's attached in 3 places, it's not going to go anywhere during delivery. Next, I'm going to take my jade. Jade is a type of palm branch. I'm going to take that jade and I am going to go ahead and add it into my foam. Now, this arrangement is going to be kind of a diamond-shaped arrangement. And so I'm just going to take each stem and go around the diameter of the cage. Our eucalyptus in. Next we're going to come in, I think I'm going to come in with some filler flower, which is really kind of backwards, but I want to kind of fill in with some pretty filler flower, and I have 2 varieties that I'm going to use. I'm going to use Caspia, which is in a misty blue, or this is in a pink shade. But I'm going to tuck some of this in. It's kind of feathery looking. Now, the only thing about Caspia is often it doesn't have a lovely fragrance. This Caspia is not stinky, but if you've ever worked with it, it tends to kind of be stinky. Let me give you a trick on how to make your Caspia not be so stinky. If you will take Caspia and put it in its own bucket and add about a tablespoon of Dawn dish liquid. That is going to remove the smelliness of the Caspia, which is so interesting. I have also seen people take Febreze fabric spray and spray it down with Febreze, and that helps too. But that Dawn dishwashing liquid really is the key to keeping your Caspia from smelling so bad. I'm not sure why in the world anybody chose to use Caspia because it stinks so. I don't carry it very often for that reason. But we happen to have a fellow florist here in town who had an overabundance, and she shared with us, so it worked out really nice because we needed some pink for a funeral this week, and so it worked out really nice that she had some to share. So I'm just taking my Caspia, and you can see that I am cutting it up into smaller pieces and just tucking it right down into that floral foam. Next, we're going to come in with feverfew or chamomile. I love feverfew. I think it's so pretty and so wildflower looking. Now, it does have a little bit of foliage, and if that foliage doesn't look good, just go ahead and pinch that off. But I love the way Feverfew gives you that wildflower look. And it really smells pretty. So this is chamomile, and it is actually the exact place that chamomile tea comes from, is this flower, which that's kind of fun, isn't it? All right, I still have extra filler, so if in case I need it at the end, I will use it. Next, we're going to come in with some daisies. So these are called yin yang daisies. They're tiny little daisies, and they have a little dark center. I love them. Again, very wildflower looking to me, and so fun and pretty. Now, yin yang daisies come in this pretty white, but they also come in a pink with that dark center. I have always gotten it in white. I don't know if I have ever received the pink yin yangs, but I do like them. So in this arrangement, I'm kind of using them as a line flower. And so I'm going at the top here and then kind of down towards the bottom. And you can see it's really very wildflower looking so far. Next, we're going to come in with some pink carnations. So they specifically wanted carnations. So I have both standard carnations and mini carnations. So this is what we call a standard. A standard is a single flower carnation. And so I am just taking that bloom, I'm holding it carefully in my hand and just kind of flaring that flower out. So often when we get in carnations, they're not perfect little flowers. Most of the time they're kind of tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking that carnation and I'm making a little O, okay, with my hand, and I'm putting that carnation just kind of right in the center of that O. I'm not holding it too tight, and then I'm brushing that carnation. Now, a carnation is the only flower you can do this to, so don't take a lily and brush it thinking you're going to get them to open. You're just going to bruise those petals, okay? But I brush that carnation and see how round it is versus how tight this one is. It really makes a huge difference. So, I'm just taking those and I am going to stick those pink carnations all the way through this spray. And sometimes you'll see blue carnations, but they have been painted or tinted blue, which is still kind of fun to do. And a carnation is one of those fun flowers that you often see used for like a science project, where you'll take a white carnation and you'll cut it and tuck it into a cup that has dye in it. And you can use even food coloring, and it will drink that food coloring and you can turn your carnation a different color, which is so fun to do with children. It's a really fun little science project. So another thing about a carnation that is so fabulous is carnations last forever. Like we got in some fresh carnations. It's been quite a while back, but we got in some fresh carnations and I took them home and tucked them in a little vase on my windowsill in my kitchen. I have sweet little vases on my windowsill and I really enjoy a little flower or two tucked in. These are white carnations. They're standards just like the pinks. And so I took those carnations and I changed the water out about, I don't know, every other day, every third day, and cut that stem so that it would drink. Those carnations lasted for 4.5 weeks. And honestly, they would have lasted longer if I just hadn't gotten tired of them. But they were so pretty and so long lasting. So if you ever wanted to try out a flower that really lasts a long time, it's a carnation. And they come in fantastic varieties. One of my favorite varieties is called the Moon Series, and it's shades of purple. Now, I will tell you, I'm not a purple girl. I mean, I like purple, but I wouldn't say that it's my favorite color by any means. I think purple is a wonderful accent color in any arrangement, but it's not my favorite, okay? The Moon Series carnations are gorgeous. And then there are also like an antique variety that are just kind of fun antique colors, which are really nice too. And often you can, I don't know what type of grocery store that you have. We have a Kroger here, but I know that Trader Joe's has lots of wonderful flowers too. And often you can find carnations and daisies and astros at your local grocery store. And all of those are very long-lasting, fun flowers to take home and enjoy for quite a period of time. Okay, so there are our standard carnations tucked in. So really simple, really pretty, very old school, right? Next we're going to come in with some mini carnations. So a mini carn is just a tiny variety. It's more of a spray flower because it has 3 or 4 blooms on one stem. Now I have both pale pink and white that we're going to tuck in. And the minis are going to be just as long-lasting and pretty as the standards. And I really like mixing the two types of carnations because it gives you so much variety in the shapes, you know, and the sizes. I think it really gives you, it makes an arrangement so pretty to have different sizes and shapes. All right, and to finish it, I'm going to add just a little bit more of the feverfew and kind of tuck it into some of the empty spots. So the flowers that we chose here, which were specifically ordered, are two standard carnations. We have a white and a pink standard carn, 2 colors of mini carns, a light pink and a white for the mini carns. We have white yin yang daisies. And then we have 2 different types of filler. We chose feverfew and caspia as our filler flowers. Our foliage, we used jade as the back part of the foliage, and then we used a little bit of silver dollar eucalyptus to fill it out, and kind of, I like the texture of silver dollar. But there is a very simple, pretty standing spray. Guys, if you have questions about how we do things here at Flowers by the Bunch, please don't hesitate to ask. We are so happy to answer any questions you might have. If you enjoyed this video and found it informative, please give us a thumbs up. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, be sure to hit that little subscribe button right down below. And if you'll hit that bell, it'll give you notifications for when we have a new video. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.